Hello, everyone. So I just finished watching all 7 episodes of Swarm on Amazon Prime. I saw the trailers for this maybe about a month ago, and of course, I was really hooked in because this is created by Donald Glover. I was really excited to see what he was going to do after Atlanta. Absolutely love that show, so I was definitely very interested. I was very excited to see what they were going to do with this. Yeah, so 7 episodes dropped on Friday, so I was finally able to get through all of them today. And each of those 7 episodes is around 30 minutes, some a little bit longer, more like 35 minutes. But it stars Dominique Fishback, Chloe Bailey, Noreen S. Brown. And really, without further ado, let me get into my review for Swarm on Amazon Prime. So this show follows a character named Dre, who's played by Dominique Fishback, and the description of this show is a young woman's obsession with a pop star takes a dark turn. So really what this show tackles, and the one thing that I absolutely loved about it, and I'll kind of get into it, is that the commentary it applies to everyone. No one's kind of safe from it, and they do a really good job applying this situation and something that we see so often now within pulp culture. Just to the commentary that it absolutely hits and picks apart everyone, especially the artists who kind of create this culture within their fan base. But I do want to say it definitely is a big social commentary on the fan bases. Mostly, I want to say of people who follow Beyonce or Taylor Swift. Those two. There's this artist called Naja who has in just immensely massive following of course her fans who are crazy about her, and she charges so much for sales tickets. They call themselves the Swarm because she's the queen bee. So again, so you can see how the beehive and the queen bee, and so, again, do just a lot of how Taylor Swift fans, Beyonce fans are the easiest kind of examples that I can kind of go to. Even Kanye West and a lot of his fans, just how people idolize and see these people as otherworldly figures, as gods. They're transformed by their music, their words, all of these things that they do and perform and say in their music. And yes, it's about this young girl who really gets caught up in that life, in that world where she just is not able to move past the whole again to just this phase of living and dying by your favorite artist, doing anything that they say you would do, anything to protect her. You hear someone talking shit about their music, about who they are online, you go and again to defend her, and she takes things very literally. She runs like a fan page that is very aggressive, and again to talks about shutting up anyone who would disrespect Naja, this big artist that she has. And I can't really go too much into spoiler sake for spoiling the show, because I do feel like this show is best gone into not really knowing anything about what's going to go on, just going as blind as you possibly can. I went in pretty blind for the most part and absolutely was enthralled by the story that they're telling, and I love the social commentary in it, as I'm certain you can tell by now. And yeah, it's just her transformation of again to just basically completely becoming so obsessed with someone that you view as godly that you would do anything for them. And also, too, Donald Glover created a bunch of original music for this show that is really good, and I like it personally. But when you listen to the music on its own, I did so afterwards, after outside of the show, the amount of like subliminal messaging and lyrics when you really listen into it, and how it ties into again to the culture that this show is trying to portray, is absolutely amazing, and just definitely made this show just feel so much more meta and real to me in a lot of ways. I just really liked how again to just how again to these lyrics just really portray what's going on in the show. I just absolutely loved the pacing of this show and showing her journey. And of course, the acting is absolutely amazing. And I'll get into that a little bit later on. But I kind of want to talk about some of the individual episodes as we go on, because I loved every single episode, but I do definitely have my favorites. And those were definitely going to be episode 4, called Running Scared, which was absolutely great, and actually stars Billie Eilish in one of the episodes, which to me made this a little more meta with the type of storytelling that they're doing, which I really liked. But her performance was absolutely great in it as well. And this was the episode that fully hooked me into the show because it was so damn good and took some inspiration from horror movies and thrillers that I absolutely love and just really put that in just so well. As of course too, lots of you know that I loved Atlanta, and the Teddy Perkins episode was one of my favorite episodes of that, or it is my favorite episode of Atlanta. Absolutely loved it, and I did find that this was kind of like that turning point where you're thinking, "Holy shit, this show just transformed into something so cool and so amazing, so different." So that's where this episode really took the turn off for me. Really liked episode 5, but then episode 6 is a standout to me too. That does a true crime story within the events that have already transpired in the show by this point. And I just found again who did amazing commentary. And this is the one where I found that no one was safe, where it really hits upon everyone within a certain situation, people who would judge the actions of anyone that's been caught up in this show so far, judges the actions of the artists, of the social system, of detectives just trying to make a story, of documentaries just trying to find one pivotal moment to make someone say something that can fit the narrative of what they want to tell. It's just a really good job. Again, I can't really get too much into the story of the show without spoiling it, but just the narrative of this is so well written, and I absolutely loved it. This show does get very raunchy in a lot of ways. There's a lot of sex, a lot of drugs, a lot of things that really force you and make you uncomfortable. And a lot of times it can feel like it goes into that within excess of the show. But again, too, that is part of the narrative of the show. And I found that it was weaved very well. It can be really overwhelming at points in time. And this show is definitely very brutal in its storytelling, but that's what it was meant to do, and it's the one thing that I did kind of appreciate, and, I thought it was funny at first, but, then I did really start to appreciate it the more and more I learned about it, and the more and more I thought about the subject matter of the show is that at the start of each episode, it says this is a work of fiction. Any similarities between, like, the characters and someone, like, you can think of or a group of people that you can think of is intentional, and I did really like that because I don't think it's too far-fetched to think that anything like this could happen or already could have happened because it's just very grounded and very real in a lot of ways. And again, too, it just really dives into the culture of just what these artists want their fans to do for them, what they want them to be like, and what they want to the artists, what they want to feel like themselves, and how damaging that can be to their fans. So again, yes, I absolutely love this show. It's definitely not for the faint of heart if you want to put it in some cheesy words like that, but I would recommend it to just about anyone because it is really well done. It's an amazing thriller with amazing pacing, and it's just so damn real, and some of the best performances of the year, especially by Dominique Fishback. Holy shit, was she good in this show? Just the range of characters and emotions that she really had to play throughout this entire series was amazing. And again too, like I hardly saw her as an actress within the show. I always just saw the character, and that was absolutely amazing. So yeah, she definitely has one of the best performances of the year. Bella Ramsey blew me away in The Last of Us, but Dominique Fishback definitely has like an Emmy worthy performance in this show because she was unbelievably good. So yes, really with everything taken together, I'm gonna have to give Swarm an 8.5 out of 10. I feel like my rating, if I watch this again, will probably grow on me quite a bit because I really enjoyed this. Again, too, it's only 7 episodes, even though each are about half an hour or a little bit longer. It's a very easy watch through. Watch through of the show, and it just absolutely hooked me. And I feel like the next time I watch it, I probably will do it all in one sitting because it's really good and just absolutely sucked me into the world and the storytelling that they were going for. So if you've seen Swarm, please let me know what you thought about it. And of course, if you like this review, definitely give it a thumbs up, and you can check out everything I do on this channel through a playlist down below, and I'll link some up top here for convenience sake. Thank you for subscribing and turn that little ringer on so you know when I upload new videos. If you want to check out the description of this video on my channel bio, there's a link to the Media Mountain, which is my Discord, where we talk about movies, video games, comic books, TV, pretty much everything that's awesome in Sorrel. So definitely join that amazing community. Help me get even more amazing than this already. And yeah, just awesome, guys.
I just hope that someone would love me.